Y'all, is it me? But at the end of the reunion rap, am I the only one that felt like I was watching Bad Girls Club? Anyway, child, enough talking about that. Let's talk about this. Hey guys, hey, this is Nay. Follow me on IG, Periscope, Twitter, Spreaker, and support me on Patreon at NayRob on YouTube. Don't forget to like this video, share this video, comment respectfully, and subscribe. Finally, don't forget to hit that notification bell down to your right so you can be notified of all my up-and-coming videos. Now, let's talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion part 2. Before we get into it, on my lips, I know y'all can't see, I'm using my webcam, but anyway, I'm in love with this MAC pink. Oh my goodness, it's a lip glass. I think I'm gonna do this for my next giveaway, but y'all know for my Real Housewives of Potomac giveaway, I'm giving away this crawfish, and I'm going to put something a little extra in the box when I send it to you. So guys, watch it to the end because I'm going to be announcing who the winner is. So starts out where it ended last episode, where Karen was in the back breaking down and Gizelle was comforting her. I don't understand the concept of their relationship. It's more like frenemies to me, and with friends like that, I don't need enemies. Ladies are in the back. You have the cameras returning to the two couches where Andy had suggested that maybe if Karen was just to be more honest about what is really going on in her life, maybe it would just be better for her, right? And on one couch, that would be Candiace and Monique. They were like, leave her alone. You know what Candiace is. You know what she's about. Just leave her alone. Especially being as though Gizelle acts like she's had the longest relationship with Karen. She should know who Karen is and how she acts. Then you have on the other couch where the young ladies are concurring with Andy, like, just tell us what it is. It's like we can't get close to her because she has this wall up. And Candiace and Monique are basically like, well, hell, she has a wall up because y'all some hussies. Basically, why would I provide my hurt and my misfortune to you for you to make it a part of your plot line? So then Gizelle comes back out and sits on the couch where she basically says, and Gizelle, I got respect for you now because you summed this up perfectly. She was like, you know, Karen is basically like an orphan now, because when you lose your parents, you're lost. And it's so true. My mom's been gone for 10 years and I still feel like I'm running around here with my head cut off, you know? But I got mad respect for you for at least acknowledging it, even though I can't stand your Carol Burnett skit wearing dress or that bust. Everything about it was ugly. Like everything about her outfit was ugly. Everything. She's a Bama. She's a Bama. So then when Karen comes back out and sit down on the couch, the hussies start apologizing. And I'm like, why you apologizing now for? Why you got sympathy now for? You been knew this lady was having problems. You been knew that both her parents were sick, and you been knew that her husband was having some IRS tax problems. But what you chose to focus in on was her husband's tax problems instead of what was going on with her parents. If I was Karen, I would tell him to, EAD and get the FUCK out my face. Gizelle talks about her and Sherman, right? And according to Gizelle, they're back talking to each other. And Gizelle explained that Sherman was just in his feelings because of the People magazine interview that she did, right? And I said a couple of reviews ago that I was like, Gizelle, just calm down. It's not that serious. Just relax, because Virgos have a tendency to jump the gun. They don't know how to relax. And being as though that Sherman is a Virgo and Gizelle is a Virgo, she should really understand them, because Virgos and Virgos, they may not work in a relationship, but they work very well in a friendship. So I just thought that she, was too quick to end it. And then now it looks crazy because now y'all supposedly are back talking to each other and get ready to go to counseling. I said, counseling? For dating? Girl. She was like, we need to work on the communication problem. And let me say this. She was like, Sherman wants to be back with me because, you know, he said he was getting ready to buy me a ring. And Monique said they all say that. And Gizelle, they do all say that. It's a tool of manipulation that men do. Don't forget, that is Park Pussy buying Sherman. Don't forget. That's old, you know, he got the potential to be a DDMF. You hear me? You know, and plus a lot of them Virgos be undercover freaks. My wife a Virgo. And Charrisse comes out and they stuff her at the end of the couch and she's got, like she got to sit like this the entire time. I'm like, y'all couldn't bring a chair out for this girl? Y'all couldn't bring her no damn chair? But child, you know, anyway, Charrisse comes out looking beautiful. Sitting in that seat, didn't do her outfit, her hair, nothing, no justice. And so then we get to the point where Gizelle and Charrisse try to like basically jump Monique. And what was very strange to me was this. Charrisse admitted, she said that, okay, I was trying to get Kendall to come on the show for the first and second season. Gizelle basically said that, well, she was boring and that's why she didn't make it. But then when they got to the third season, Charrisse admitted that because her and Gizelle had a problem with each other, that she wanted Kendall to come on the show just to mess with Gizelle's brain. And it's funny that Monique and Charrisse were basically one and the same, but Gizelle was only mad at Monique. And I said, why is that? Beep, bop, beep, 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 beep. She's a Cancer. What you don't want is smoke with a Cancer. Monique and Gizelle were still, you know, going back and forth over the Sherman situation. Monique told her, take that shiz from around your neck and parachute out of here. Like Gizelle was being unfair because she called Monique a horrible person. I don't know if that was horrible for her to say that Sherman buys Park Pussy. I don't know if that's a horrible thing to say, especially if it's well, actually, to be quite honest, Sherman doesn't have anything to do with their beef, but I'm just like, I mean, why not? Drag her down to the gutter, to the depths of Adderall. Monique was roasted on Twitter because she had brought up the fact about Sherman buying Park Pussy. I didn't know anything about that. I didn't know, but, you know, I'm good that she was strong enough to take it because, you know, once Black Twitter get on your neck, child, it'd be a while before they get off. We're talking about whether or not Monique is using Charrisse for her connections. And I'm saying to myself, why would Monique have to do that when both their husbands are ex-athletes? You know, she's beautiful, she's young, she has a great personality. I don't think that that's what it is. I think that that's what Charrisse has made up in her mind. You know, sometimes Cancers be overthinking things, talking about Charrisse, but sometimes they overthink things, and that kind of makes things worse than what it is. Or, you know, when Cancers overthink things, they make things a problem when it's not necessarily a problem. But it's strange to me how these two are breaking apart, because y'all know my BFF is a Cancer. All my good Judys that I've ever been friends with have been Cancers. I believe that Libra makes Cancer better, and Cancer makes Libra better. That's why I believe the best friendships are always Libra and Cancer. Not a relationship now, but friendships, Libras and Cancers are always the best. Come out and we talk about Chris and Candiace, and they address the fact that Candiace was like, I lowered my standards to be with a man that already has children. Candiace regrets it. And then we get to Ray talking about his money issues. And I really don't quite understand still why is it such a big deal that Ray didn't disclose his finances with Karen. Now, Ray is a Libra. I'm a Libra. I'm not going to tell you everything. That's not my judge. Now, granted, that's always been a problem in every relationship that I've had, but I don't really, open up about my finances. To me, it's none of your business. As long as I'm not digging in your pockets, asking you for no money, it's none of your business. But I know certain people or certain marriages or certain relationships feel that, you should be 100% open about everything. So then we get to the pizza box incident where Robyn, the Aries, now I see why she be about that work and why she be ready to fight, because Robyn is a fire sign. She's an Aries. They are the warrior of the zodiac, and they are always about that life. So Robyn said, I did see Karen's purse on the counter when I delivered the pizza box, or when I delivered the pizza. My thing is, if it was me and if it was my house, I wouldn't have said shit. I would have made them think that they was crazy. Did you receive a pizza box? No, never. I don't know what you're talking about when it comes down to a pizza box. I could even been eating the goddamn pizza. You hear me? I would have been eating it, or I would have fed it to the dogs. Karen called it childish, which it was. They thought it was fun. But I'd have made them bitches think that they was crazy. So then Ashley talks about Matt, the person that is supposed to be Karen's lawyer / PR person / manager / whatever, and says that, Karen girl, your friend Matt be talking about you behind your back. But like I told y'all before, Matt is a Bravo implant. I don't know what Bravo Andy has in store for him, but he is definitely a Bravo implant. And I would not be surprised if he does not eventually get his own show or is one of the main characters on a Bravo show. The situation where Michael and Ray are going back and forth, right? And Ray, the Libra, basically told him, mind your business, because you're not perfect either. You got your own situations you need to be worried about, sir. Michael is addressing Ray, and they're going back and forth. And is it me, but was Michael like crying? Like, were you embarrassed in front of the cameras? It seemed like he was crying like the entire time, or his eyes was red or something. I'm like, did Bravo give you a bonus to mess with Ray, and then now you scary because you think this man gonna get up and knock you out? Like, I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, he mad at Karen still. He's still in his feelings with Karen because Karen said, I seen your man overseas hunching on a man over there overseas. And Michael was like, that is not me. That's not me. Child, if it ain't you, don't be mad about it. We're talking about Blue Eyes. And we find out that Karen puts a cease and desist on Ashley because Ashley was over there putting 20 on 10 on Blue Eyes. And then Ray had said that initially he thought it was a concern, but then he found out otherwise. And when you say things like that, I'm thinking, well, maybe the guy, I don't know, but you could only speculate what the problem is. Ray said it was a problem, but it ain't a problem no more. I said, okay. So then we find out that Ashley had a miscarriage, that they actually tried to get pregnant. And that's something like, that's a big difference. On the show, you was telling, or we'll talk about Michael, crying Michael, because he was crying the entire show. You was on the show talking about you didn't want to give her a baby. And then now we find out, like, what is it? When did they wrap? Maybe like 2 or 3 months later that y'all was screwing around and you trying to have a baby. Now that you miscarried, I'm like, was that a storyline y'all was trying to do? Like, what is that? Because it just seemed like a 360 turn in such a small amount of time. I don't know. Anyway, y'all, it was just weird. But they talked about his relationship with her mother. They talked about her mother's boyfriend and her boyfriend seeing how he was portrayed on TV. Guys, things that I live by. You really don't know yourself until you see yourself. Towards the end, they just kumbaya together. You know, that's why, I believe some people was calling it boring, but I wasn't impressed, I wasn't impressed. It was parts that was, So then anyway, y'all, it ended on a kumbaya note. They love each other. They all kissed each other in the mouth and toasted to season 4. And I see you next year, huzzy. Stay tuned for the winner. And remember this, the same people you meet on the way up will always be the same people you meet on the way down. Naysayers, my patron loves. Have a good one.